Today's video dedication is for Whiskey Jack. Alright, up against a new commander now, Mycotyrant versus Indominus Rex, which I haven't seen played yet. No mana there, so have to mulligan. Into some decent mana we will keep, and we've got Yawgmoth as a sack outlet, so Ashnod's Altar goes, because Yawgmoth is card advantage as well. And I'll attempt to hold on to the Wooded Foothills for the Lotus Cobra. We might be able to get into green mana off the top. Okay, no green mana for us, so we are praying that we get into another mana, because Black Market Connections would be quite nice. Magic Online, do you want to sack the land? In fact, if we get into a land next turn, if it's untapped, we'll be able to play it and then get down the Sky Shroud Claim for another couple of mana, actually 4 mana in total, which will definitely allow us into the Black Market Connections. So, assuming that our opponent doesn't have counter magic and we do manage to get into a land, it's a fetch that brings things into play tapped, but we'll still get the same amount of mana this way, so that's fine. And we'll attempt the Sky Shroud Claim. Our opponent is holding up priority and has an Assassin's Trophy for the Lotus Cobra is fine. That means that we can still get down our commander here. If I misclick, I apologise. Magic Online is being really goofy today. We have to get forests with the Sky Shroud Claim, so go for a swamp here with the trophy. So we can shock in Overgrown Tomb and just grab a basic. Then it's in for the Mycotyrant, because we've descended a couple of times during this turn. And this sets us up alright for the Yawgmoth as well. We'll be able to hopefully get the Yawgmoth down and start throwing minus counters around and drawing cards. That's an Arcane Signet for our opponent. Alright, and we get to descend with the Bloodstained Maya as well. So we actually get to do Black Market Connections and the Yawgmoth. Yeah, tempting to go for the Tendershoot Dryad, but can we ascend here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, we can. I think I'd rather play around a board wipe, so still having to leave the Haunted Maya tap land in play because we didn't get it out on turn 1. Yawgmoth comes down. It might be our opponent can still counter the Black Market Connections though. Nope, does not. We can make Saprolings with that, of course, as well as ramping and drawing. So swinging for 3 commander and a couple of saps as well. And then the Mycotyrant makes us another Saproling. Alright, seeing the Indominus Rex Alpha here. So with 4 cards in hand, we'll see how many counters he can put on this thing. It ends up with Flying, Death Touch and Lifelink. Only discarded the 1 creature, Nighthawk Scavenger. Don't have enough fungus yet to get rid of the Indominus Rex, and don't want to swing into it because of the Lifelink. Let's go for drawing a card and making a Changeling here. Hopefully don't regret not making a treasure token. Okay, Ophiomancer is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can still afford, with the Urza's Saga, Tendershoot Dryad and Ophiomancer. Ophiomancer goes well with the Yawgmoth because we can sacrifice the snake every single turn. So I think I will swing into the Lifelinker actually, now that we can buff the fungus by +2/+2. Could swing in with my commander here and try and trade. Don't suppose that's the worst thing. We haven't descended this turn anyway, so yeah, let's turn in sideways. We can sacrifice anything that they block with regards to fungus tokens, so they can't gain the life. Alright, and deciding to trade us, so let's go sacrificing a fungus in order to put a minus counter over here. Gets us into a Prismatic Vista. Oh, but of course that debuffs here as well, doesn't it? Alright, in that case we'll just deal the 4 damage, put our commander back in the command zone. So that is now a 5/5 with 4 damage markers on it. So then we can still go minus counter, sacrifice a fungus. And there we go. Draws into Outland Liberator, and Yawgmoth being incredible as usual. Yeah, I went for a tokens build with this, like I said in the last video. I tried to make it as much fungus and saproling relevant as possible. But, I mean, fungus and saprolings aren't all that good. All these years after the tribes were released on Magic. A Mana Crypt, and into a Chimil, the Inner Sun. So we're not going to be countering that many spells anyway, but there will be a Discover 5 here. And we'll likely want to blow that up with the Outland Liberator. Baleful Strix can die to a fungus as well. Let's just do that now. Noteworthy as well, we didn't get the snake from the Ophiomancer. There's all kinds of intricacies that I'm not thinking about here. We didn't get it because the shapeshifter is a snake, so have to be mindful of that as well. I won't sacrifice the shapeshifter here because it's currently a 5/4 thanks to it being a saproling as well. So I think that's more valuable than the snake tokens from Ophiomancer. Just a 3 visits on the Discover 5 here, unfortunately, for our opponent. We still get our saprolings during every upkeep. There is an Urborg. Yeah, not sure what we want to do here. Just go for the card draw and the shapeshifter again, because we're making 5/4s at the moment. Alright, Tireless Provisioner for some more tokens. So, yeah, we don't have all that many artifacts, so I'm not sure I want to make constructs. Let's go for the Tireless Provisioner. Then we can play Prismatic Vista to make a treasure token. Then crack the Vista to make another treasure token into the Tireless Provisioner. And we want to play this Outland Liberator. Not getting much use out of the Descend, unfortunately, with our commander not being in play. But we do really want to deal with this thing. We can afford our commander thanks to the treasure tokens. Do we go for it here just for the sake of more sack fodder? Yeah, I think that's fine. It's the whole point of the deck after all. Alright, so with the Mycotyrant in play, we'll swing in for decent chunk of damage here. Knock our opponent down to 22. And we do have a means of refilling our hand in response to a board wipe. Mycotyrant triggers and we get a couple of fungus. Garruk's Uprising will not draw a card on entry. Still has 7 mana floating though. And that goes into the Indominus Rex again. So when it enters, they will draw first with the Garruk's Uprising. And this time discarding Vampire Nighthawk and Galter Stampede Tyrant. So that is Death Touch, Flying, Lifelink and Trample. Not sure how many double strike enablers you would get in Sultai, but that seems to be what the deck would need. Alright, so let's annoy our opponent with Yawgmoth some more. Get into Gaia's Cradle, which is a nice chunk of mana next turn because maybe want to proliferate some of these minus counters now. Alright, Cabal Coffers with Urborg is nice as well. Yeah, we'll see what we can do next turn. Draw a Yavimaya as well, so fixing all our colours. Urza Saga, I think we're fine to just let it go. We'll just draw a card this time. Make a treasure as well, just in case I need more black mana for the Yawgmoth. Float this mana, which I always forget before it gets sacrificed. We go down to 17, draw even more mana. And this can allow us into... A Skull Clamp's probably going to be a good idea to grab. Play the Urborg. Make another treasure with the Provisioner. Might have to start making food if we're not careful. We'll discard a basic in order to proliferate. Now it doesn't allow us to choose which counters here. It doesn't matter if we add additional keyword counters anyway, I don't think, but it is noteworthy that it's not asking us currently. Yeah, it did add a load of those on there, so I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not, but it is noteworthy if that's ever relevant to you. On Magic Online, discard the Yavimaya as well, proliferate again. Then we'll use this floating mana, let's just put it on the Saproling. Point another minus counter, sacrifice the Saproling. Draw 2 to the Skull Clamp and 1 to the Yawgmoth. Alright, Fecundity is really nice as well. Another land that we can discard. So we'll proliferate the last counter onto the Indominus Rex. And again, we're turning sideways. I'm hoping that this is pretty near lethal. I haven't actually worked it out. Yeah, we do manage to get our opponent quite convincingly there. Interesting commander. I'm not sure how I would build it. I'm not even sure if there's much interest in this one. I don't really follow what the consensus is on popular commanders. But if you want me to build this one, you'll have to let me know. And I do thank my opponent for actually bothering to play it out. Makes a hell of a difference to the videos when our opponents are patient like that, so hopefully you all enjoyed it. Let me know about Indominus Rex and what you think of that commander. And I will see you all in the next one, I hope. I'm tribalkai. Thank you for watching.